Hello, friends. Once again, welcome to Simuvision. I'm Eldrin,
And I'm Eric.
and we are Team Simuvision. This video is basically a version 2 for our previous video called How to Connect Two Headsets on Explain. We are upgrading this video because there were several things we wanted to add on it. We had some kind of requirements which that time we were not able to understand. As we in that previous video, we mentioned that we are still learning, and yes, of course, we are learning still, and we'll keep learning. But we did not know other things like how to. We had a complaint that we can listen to our own voice when we are talking using two headsets, and probably we were in this impression that probably we have to purchase the upgraded version. But to my surprise, the same voice meter, the other versions are there, which were far more superior than the one we used, and to my surprise, they are free. You can actually free download them and you can use them as per your requirements. And you can have to maximum of 5 different inputs or headsets at the same one. Like the one we use was the basic one, voice meter. The one today we'll be using in this version is called voice meter banana. And the another one, which is higher than and superior than this one, is called voice meter potato. Now, as per your requirement, you can actually download and you can use it. For our requirement, we find this one perfectly matching what we needed. The only complaint previously we had was that we are able to listen to our own voice while talking, and but when you use Banana, you find it's a lot better, and it totally cancels because I'm not able to listen to my own voice anymore, but Eric can hear my voice. And when he speaks, he's not just listening to his voice, he's just transmitting it to me. Why is that an issue? Well, because when we are actually pretending that we are in a cockpit and we are talking and we are calling out requirements, or if I am working as a ATC and I'm trying to tell Eric something, I'm giving instructions. So when I'm listening to my own voice, I'm getting, latency, like a delay kind of a thing. Now that delay is actually kind of bothering me or disturbing me to relay my instructions. So when you are not listening to yourself, and it's a lot clearer and you're much more faster communication as in real life. Okay, so let's continue and go ahead installing the voice meter banana. So in as we go and we search for voice meter. If you say we write voice meter, where meter spells with M-E-E-T-E-R. When you do that, it will take you to vbaudio.com and it says VB Audio Voice Meter. Let's click on that link. If you want to just go ahead and see our previous video. If you've not seen it, I totally recommend that see our previous video, and then you'll be able to understand this video a lot better, because the issues we had in the previous video, we are actually taking those issues. So we are not explaining you altogether everything, how to install it, how to do that, which you can actually learn from the video 1. And in this video, we are going ahead and concentrating on those and focusing on those issues we had, and how did this voice meter banana resolve those issues. So you can see we are on voice meter website. It's VB Audio software. So this was the one we were using. You can see that we were only using 2 inputs in here. But if you see, there are other tabs here, and there might be more. We'll be learning about this. But for now, we have to go to the other tab called Voice Meter Banana. Now in here you see the whole look of the entire software has changed. Now it doesn't have only 2 inputs, but it has 3 inputs plus then auxiliary input. And also they have added a cassette here. So that means when you are talking and when you are set up the voice meter, You remember, or if you could just go ahead and see on the first video, you'll see that we were mentioning if whatever you're talking on your headphones right now, like as we are talking right now to you, we are using two headsets. You can be podcasting, or you might be doing some audio recordings where you require other people, and you can say, welcome to our studio in here, and we have this personnel with us and talking. So either you can put a same tabletop microphone, a costly one which can actually do a better work, or else you can give them headsets. So you can use multiple headsets and do multiple people to talk at the same time. Now, in the previous video, we were using an external audio editing software to do that. And you can use any of it. We were using Audacity. You can use any external audio recording software, and then you'll be able to record both the headsets. In here, the best part is we don't have to do that. So that thing is totally eliminated. And then in here, we have a cassette which is actually doing the entire recording. That means when we are using the voice meter and then we are flying at the same time, using the background noise, the sound of the aircraft and all the call outs and what we are talking in the cockpit can directly be recorded at the same time. So suppose if you are recording a flight and then you're also recording an audio for it, then it becomes technically like two black boxes, right? Wherein you're having a flight data recording going ahead into the data refs, what flight you did, and as well as this particular recording will serve as CVR, that's called cockpit voice recording. So they are the two important black boxes you usually have in the cockpit in case of any kind of emergencies or crashes or anything. And most of the time, investigators have to go through those black boxes. Now, this makes you understand in the concept of the piloting, that how important are these two things, even your voice recording, the cockpit voice recording. So you will understand when we will continue to do the whole video, that how important it is. Maybe you probably want to investigate what actually happened, how did it happen, and all kind of a thing. And you can always refer to the timeline of the particular recording, and you can, in conjunction with the data of the flight, you can always make sure, like, okay, what was the pilot saying at this time? How did the aircraft behave at that time? Or were there any other noises in the cockpit or something? So it's very interesting, and it's very close to what we actually wanted to do, and we felt very good about it, all thanks to Voicemeter. So the installation part we have already explained in the video 1. You just go ahead and once we have installed the drivers, we'll be going through the system sounds. In here, as you see, it lists out all the the playback and the recording drivers you have on your system. Again, refer to the video. It will explain you, the previous video will explain you how you are installing the entire thing. Now in here, if you see, we would have this voice meter output and voice meter input for the sound mixer. So please do make sure that you are selecting in the playback tab, you are selecting voice meter input as your set default, and you are in the recording tab, you are selecting voice meter output as a default setup. So once you have done that, we will go to our program here. So I've installed it. Once I've installed it, I put the drivers are installed. We went to the mixer, we made sure that the input and the output of that particular driver has been selected as a default drivers, and when we open the application. Now I am not resetting this application right now. The moment if I do that, then you will not be able to hear me. So in that case, how do you set it up? You can always refer to the previous one. But if you see in here, it says hardware 1. Hardware 1 comes out with all the inputs we have, hardware inputs. That means the headphones or other sound cards you have as a hardware input for the sound to come to voice meter. It could be your capture card also. It could be your webcam also. So whatsoever is having a hardware input would be listed out here as per the drivers. Now this is hardware input 2, then your hardware input 3. That means in this particular one you can actually use 3 microphones, or you can use 3 devices to give you hardware audio input. So the hardware input one, I have used one microphone here, which is currently used by Eric. Hello, Eric.
Hello.
Right, and as you can hear me talking right now, and you can see the level meter going up and down on hardware number 2, and that is mine in here. This one, okay. So for now, we are not using any input for 3 because we are not using any. The virtual input, as we had explained in the previous video, is all kind of sound effects or sound used by the desktop. I mean to say the computer by itself. You're listening to your YouTube, you're listening, or maybe when you're flying your aircraft, all the sounds, they are brought in there. Now when you're using the setup for the input and the output as default, whatever sounds they are playing, actually we can hear on a headphone. At the same time, we are able to talk to each other. So it's really good. We'll be explaining you that. Now this one in here, we can set a recording, we can open a recording, and then we can do the channels as setup as per our requirement. We are not going in depth for that. What you can do is you can start downloading this and get it on your system, getting up and running, and then you can play around and do, and there might be something more important that you can actually share with us, and we would really appreciate if you can just write in your comments or give us more feedback about how to go about things, because we believe in never stop learning. Okay, as we have explained you, we have a cassette on this. Now the cassette is a very good feature that Voicemeeter has given us, that we can record the conversation and the audio inputs from any hardwares like the headphones or the auxiliary inputs as what's playing in the background. Everything can be recorded at the same time on this cassette. Now we're going to be doing the same checklist once again, pretending to be in Cessna, and we're going to do another recording at the same time. Would be that we are, the scene is that we are in a 737 aircraft. We are doing a final. In fact, we are doing a minimums, and Eric and I would be calling out the required callouts, and we'll be landing, and you would be actually hearing and we'll be recording at the same time the sound of the aircraft, our call outs, and that particular recording can be used as a cockpit voice recorder. So both recordings, 2 parts. Number 1, you can use it for your podcast or studio interviews. Second part, we can record our flights at the same time, acting it as a cockpit voice recorder, so that we can always review what was going on in the cockpit. So let's start. To do our recording, you see there is a small dot over here that is for the recording. So when we press that, the cassette turns red and the whole recording starts here. So let's do our checklist once again.
Before start checklist. Pre-flight inspection.
Pre-flight inspection was done.
Hobbs reading.
Hobbs readings check.
Seatbelts on.
Seatbelts all secured.
Cabin doors.
Cabin doors secured and locked.
Seats.
Seats are secured.
Baggage.
Baggage secured.
Brakes.
Brakes set.
Controls.
Controls free.
Circuit breakers.
Circuit breakers are in.
Fuel selector.
Fuel selector on both.
Throttle open 1/4 inch.
Throttle open on 1/4 inch.
Before start checklist complete.
Right, checklist complete. Before start checklist was complete here, and this was the kind of recording we did as if we are doing a checklist in our aircraft, and this is an example of using two headsets doing the same recording. Now in here we'll be playing the other sound that is regarding our minimums, the final on our aircraft.
Minimum.
Continue.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Spoilers up.
Reverse thrust engaged.
Idiot.
Okay, so that was a small example of aircraft landing, and we are doing our callouts, which can be used as our CVR. Now let's stop the recording and let's play back. So you're gonna hear the little first part where I'm explaining the recording part and all, but we'll listen to the entire thing. Let's give it a listen. The cassette turns red and the whole recording starts here. So let's do our checklist once again.
Before start checklist. Pre-flight inspection.
Pre-flight inspection was done.
Hobbs reading.
Hops readings check.
Seatbelts on.
Seat belts all secured.
Cabin doors.
Cabin doors secured and locked.
Seats.
Seats are secured.
Baggage.
Baggage secured.
Brakes.
Brakes set.
Controls.
Controls free.
Circuit breakers.
Circuit breakers are in.
Fuel selector.
Fuel selector on both.
Throttle open 1/4 inch.
Throttle open on 1/4 inch.
Before start checklist complete.
Right, checklist complete. Before start checklist was complete here, and this was the kind of recording we did as if we are doing a checklist in our aircraft, and this is an example of using two headsets doing the same recording. Now in here we'll be playing the other sound that is regarding our minimums, the final on our aircraft.
Minimum.
Continue.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Spoilers up.
Reverse thrust engaged.
Idiot.
Okay, so that was okay. So you heard that recording. So this is how you use the voice meter banana, and we recommend you download it, enjoy it. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in your comments. If you like our video, please again, we would be very happy to have your feedback, your comments. And if you feel it's good enough, because the name of our channel Simuvision is not only a name, but it's definitely a vision what we're looking ahead, that when you can use a simulator at home, and you can use all these small little tricks, gadgets equipments or softwares and applications to make a good simulator. And what we'll simply say is never stop learning. That's what we believe into. So from Team Simuvision, we would request you to kindly like, share, subscribe on this channel, and please let us know how you found the video. I hope it's useful. Till then, we meet again. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. So now let's press record here, and you see it says failed to create audio file right now. So we have to set it on. Okay.
50, 40, 30, 20, 100.
We have to reload that because we went back.
30, 10,
Spoilers up.